Dear Lord, as we gather today, we give you thanks for all of the blessings we have in our lives, for our health and for our daily comforts that we enjoy. We pray for everyone here today, for their families, and for all the people throughout the world. We're grateful to our public servants and to those who have served or who are now serving in the military for their personal sacrifices for our safety and for the security of our nation. We ask that you bless us and our leaders and the leaders of all nations with your wisdom, integrity, and compassion. Grant us your grace and guidance so that we may live each day to our fullest potential. Amen.
The invocation today was given by David Brusky. Thank you, David. You may be seated. Good morning to all.
Good morning.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the employees of Presque Isle Electric and Gas Co-op, I'd like to welcome you to the 86th Annual Meeting Membership. My name is John Brown and I serve as Chairman to the Board of Directors. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our Cooperative Board of Directors, our Attorney, and our CEO. Will the Directors please rise as I call out your name? Sandy Brovich of Sheboygan, Sally Knopp of the at-large seat, Kurt Kroniak from Alpena, Brent Lucas of Alpena, Darrell Peterson of Mount Morency, Charlie Arbor, Mount Morency, Alan Berg, Presque Isle, and Raymond Wozniak, Presque Isle. Our legal counsel is Mike Echtel from Sheboygan, and our CEO, Tom Sobek. If you would join me in giving them a round of applause. Thank you. Directors may be seated. At this time, CEO Tom Sobek will introduce the employees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I keep thinking we should change the script for this particular part because I don't introduce the employees introduce themselves. So I'm going to invite them up here to say good morning and introduce themselves. Thank you.
Once again, good morning and welcome to your annual membership meeting. My name is Tade Price. I am an IT programmer and software specialist with Presque Isle Electric and Gas, where I've been working for the last 12 years.
Good morning, I'm Emily and I'm in member services and I have worked at the co-op for 35 years.
Good morning, I'm Hannah. I'm a data processing clerk and I've been with the co-op for 5 months.
Good morning, I'm Melissa Brandt from Sheboygan. I've been with the co-op for 2 years and I'm the first person you're going to see when you come into the building.
Good morning, I'm Carrie Schleben. I am an accounting process manager and I've been with PIEG for 17 years.
Hello, I'm Heather Naus. I'm the data processing manager, and next week will make 10 months since I've been with the co-op.
Hi, I'm Luke Ellenberger. I'm the manager of member services, and I have been here 10 months.
Hi, I'm Jacob Pomeranke. I'm in building maintenance, and I've been here for 4 months.
Good morning, my name is Randy Stemke and I have been with Presque Isle for 25 years. I'm currently the CFO.
Hello, my name is Melissa Van Schouten. I've been with the co-op for 3 years and I'm the executive assistant.
Hello, my name is Deanna Demestri. I've been at the co-op for 8 years and I'm the safety coordinator.
Hello, I'm Scott Hartog. I'm the IT security and systems specialist. I've been with PIEG now for 6 years.
Good morning, I'm Scott Ash. I'm the facilities manager and I've been with the co-op 2.5 years.
Morning, I'm Greg Karsten. I'm the Director of Natural Gas Operations and Fleet Management, and I've been at the co-op for 17 years.
Good morning, I'm Jason MacArthur. I'm on the fiber team. I've been with the co-op for 2 years.
Good morning, Chase Caldwell. I'm with Broadband Network Operations. Been with the co-op for 3 years.
Good morning, I'm Katie Beebe. I've been with the co-op for about 1.5 years, and I'm the new HR generalist.
Good morning, I'm Wesley Repke. I'm the Director of Engineering here at Presqu'île, and I've been with the co-op for 8 years.
Good morning, I'm Rob Caligiuri. I'm a lineman and a meter tech, and I've been with the co-op for 3 years.
Morning, I'm Mason Cortman. I've been with the co-op for 3 years, and I'm a gas tech.
Morning, I'm Matt Millay. Been at co-op about 2 years, and I'm in gas operations.
Good morning, I'm Matt Shimoniak. I've been with the company for 3 years, gas technician.
Good morning, my name is Felicia Kumper. I've been with the cooperative for 10 years and I'm currently a dispatcher.
Morning everyone, Rick Kalashewski. I am the Director of IT at the co-op and I've been here 34 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Colleen Cordy. I've been with the co-op for 37 years and I'm in the accounting department.
Morning, everybody. My name is Dawn Kreiderman. I'm the Director of Administration, and I've been at the cooperative for 18 years.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I work as a junior IT technician. I'm helping with sound today, so if I mess up, it's fine. I've been with the co-op for about 2 years.
Good morning. I'm Tom McFall. I work in the IT department, and I've been here 1.5 years.
Good morning. Looks like I'm bringing up the rear. I'm Carrie Belding. I've been with the co-op for about 5 years, and I'm in the Member Services Department.
I would like to thank all the employees involved in planning our annual meeting this year, and those that have done the job today. Thank you. That includes the Posen High School and the kitchen staff, everyone. They did a fabulous job of setting this meeting up for us today, and I'd like to thank them all. They do an excellent job every day representing your membership, and I speak for the entire board of directors when I say it's an honor and a privilege to serve our members. You have put your trust in us, and we take our role seriously. I want to remind all of you that as a member, you are free to attend our monthly board meetings. They are held on the 4th Tuesday of every month at the co-op. If you have a question, feel free to contact a member of the co-op or a director. And at this time, I will appoint Attorney Echtel to conduct the business portion of today's meeting.
Thank you, Chairman Brown, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. First off, the notice of today's meeting, the 2023 annual meeting, appeared in Country Lines magazine. At this time, I would entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of that notice. Okay, we've got a motion here. Do I have a support for that? Okay, thank you, Mr. Brovich. So we've got a motion and a support to dispense with the reading of the notice of today's meeting. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Next, the 2022 minutes of last year's meeting. A copy of the minutes of the 2022 last year's annual meeting was made available prior to today's meeting. At this time, I would entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of those minutes. Is there such a motion? I've got a motion. Is there a support? I've got a support. Thank you. The motion is to dispense with the reading of the minutes of last year's meeting. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? That motion carries. Do we have any corrections to the minutes? There are none. We've dispensed with the reading. Now we'll move on to the election of directors. So for this year, 2023, we have 3 director terms expiring. 1 in the Sheboygan District, 1 in the Montmorency District, and 1 in the Presque Isle District. At this time, I would like to remind everyone that there are 3 ways to make a nomination for director. They are, first, by the nominating committee, which met this past July, 2, by petition, and 3, by nomination from the floor. In accordance with Article 3, Section 3 of our bylaws, the nominating committee is selected to prepare nominations for directors consisting of the names of at least 2 members from each district or geographical area. Nominating Committee Chairman Elias Teratuta will now present the committee's nominees for Director of Presque Isle Electric and Gas Co-op.
The nominating committee for Presque Isle Electric and Gas Co-op met on June 21st at Co-op headquarters for the purpose of nominating individuals for the positions of directors for the PIEG. The following individuals were nominated. For the Sheboygan District, the committee nominated John Brown and Michael Schultz, MD. For the Montmorency District, the committee nominated Charles Arbor, John Burr, and Chris Nagel. For the Presque Isle District, the committee nominated Ellen Berg, Linda Diamond, and Greg Wisniewski. There were no vacancies in the Alpena District, so that concluded the nominations. Thank you.
Thank you, Elias. You've heard the report of the nominating committee. The co-op did not receive any nominations by petition. Are there any nominations for director from the floor? Okay, I have to ask again. Are there any nominations for director from the floor? Going once. Are there any nominations for director from the floor? Going twice. Hearing none, at this time I'd entertain a motion to close nominations from the floor. Got a motion, ma'am, and is there support for that? We've got support. All those in favor of closing nominations from the floor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? That motion carries. At this time, I would like to introduce the director nominees to you and invite each of them to comment on their candidacy. Each will have 5 minutes to address you. We're calling this in no particular order. We're going to begin with the Sheboygan District. I would invite John Brown to comment on his candidacy.
Thank you, Mike. I can't express enough how privileged I feel to have represented you at Presque Isle Electric and Gas. And it's just been my honor to serve on your behalf. And it's up to you. If you wish for me to stay, I would be happy to do that. And I have nothing but best wishes for all of you. Thank you.
Next, I would invite Dr. Michael Schultz to come up and comment on his candidacy.
Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Michael Schultz. I am a mostly retired family physician. I live full-time in the Indian River area with my wife. These days in my retirement, what's heavy on my mind and what I think a lot about is the climate, the environment, and what we're leaving our children and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And how we obtain and how we use energy certainly is critical to all of us. I think as time goes on, it becomes even more and more important and critical. So I think the importance of leadership, strong leadership, and sound decision-making is an imperative at this point. We want to leave something that's sustainable for our descendants, something that will be survivable and renewable. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Next, we have the candidates for director for the Montmorency District, and we'll start by inviting Charles Arbor to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. 6 years ago, when you elected me to this position, I promised that I would do the best job that I possibly could do. I believe I've been doing that, and there may be a little bit of room for improvement. So if you choose the membership to elect me for another term of office, I will again make that same statement. I promise to do the best job that I possibly can do. God bless all of you, and please have a safe trip home this afternoon. Thank you.
And the next candidate for director for the Montmorency District is John Burr.
Good morning. My name is John Burr. I'm from Hellman. I want you to join this because of the excitement that's going on with Presque Electric and Gas. It just seems a handful of years ago, Presque would come to the villages, communities, and looking to put gas. It seemed like a big thing, but you met the challenge. And now to hear internet coming to our local communities is a big thing. I believe in Hellman you can get like 5 different internet services, and like most of them, it's not really internet service. You deal with what they put out. I work with a couple girls in different parts of the fire department that sell real estate. And listening to them, grandpa and grandmas buy property, but before they get out of the vehicle at the property, they say, well, how many bars is on your phone? Or do we have internet service? So to think that the rural area is getting internet service through use, I think it's huge. I think it's well deserved. It's something we need to look forward to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burr. And next for the Montmorency District, we have Christopher Nagel.
Morning. My name is Chris Nagel, and I live in Lewiston with my wife, Pam, who is enjoying retirement as an avid crafter, golfer, and pickleballer. I have 2 kids. My son is a Kettering graduate and is working in Southeast Michigan in the automotive industry, and my daughter is a graduate of Central Michigan and is teaching 5th graders in East Lansing. In my spare time, I enjoy woodworking, fishing, and pickleball. I have a mechanical engineering degree from Michigan Tech and a master's in engineering management from Northwestern University. I also have 37 years of experience for both public utilities and with an independent power producer. My roles included quality assurance, engineering, purchasing, project management, and construction management. Most recently, I served as the Director of Construction Management for Consumers Power. I was responsible for managing all contracted construction in support of major projects company-wide. This included projects at coal and gas power plants, gas transmission lines, gas compression plants, and at green generation facilities, including wind turbines, hydro, and solar. In 2019, the year I retired, the projects we supported totaled $970 million. I believe my breadth of experience can be an asset to the co-op and its members. It gives me a unique perspective to help the board ask the right questions, to make the best decisions, to lead your co-op into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nagel. Next, I'll introduce to you the candidates for director from the Presque Isle District, starting with Alan Berg.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to quickly say thank you for your past support. Every time that this happens and the meeting comes along and you're looking whether we're up for election, I have to continue to count, and I've been on the board for 15 years. So I mostly just want to say thank you for the last 15 years, your trust and support. Presque Isle has done a lot of things, and we are proud to provide reliable and affordable electricity along with our natural gas and our new and exciting fiber. So I look forward to that, and I again appreciate the past 15 years of support, and have a safe trip home. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Berg. Next, there is a director for the nominee for the Presque Isle District is Linda Diamond. I was told that she's not able to be here today, but I wanted to mention her name in case she did show up. I don't see that she's here. And then the third nominee for the Presque Isle District is Gregory Rosnowski, who I was just informed also was not able to be here today, but I want to make sure, and if he is and want an opportunity to speak, we'd give him that. And if those two are not here, we'll move on to the next item, which is the proposed bylaw amendment that's on your ballot. There is a proposal for bylaw amendment on the ballot this year. The proposed amendment addresses the requirement that there be at least 2 candidates for each board seat. The cooperative continues to struggle to find people that are willing to run for director and to participate in this election process. And the proposed amendment removes the requirement that at least 2 candidates be named in case we face a scenario where there aren't that many interested in running. So the board of directors is recommending that you vote yes on the proposed bylaw amendment. Okay, we're going to move on now to the collection of ballots, and I guess we draw attention to the Election and Credentials Committee. We are going to advise that you please complete your voting now if you've not already done so. And then I'm going to ask the members of the Election and Credentials Committee at this time to go around and pick up the ballots. I'd also like to take the time to thank them for their work. Their work is very tedious, but it's also very necessary, and they do a wonderful job. No one sees what they do. Very few people see what they do. I see what they do, and it's very impressive. And I'd like to extend my thank you, and on behalf of the co-op, a big thank you to them. Thank you. They do just a great job. The results from the election will be available later today and will be submitted for publication in area newspapers. The next item on the agenda is the President and CEO report. And to present that, I'll introduce our President and Chief Executive Officer, Tom Sobek.
Thank you, Mr. Ekdahl. I'd like to start off by thanking all of you for showing up and taking part in the democratic process that is a cooperative membership meeting. I think it's pretty significant that an organization with revenues of $60 million invites its customers, in this case members, to have input in our process and our business. So thank you for showing up. I'd like to thank the Polson student body for giving up their school day to let us take over their gym. I'm sure it was a sacrifice. Good luck to the Vikings tomorrow. If you're from Polson, they're in the playoffs. So. I'd also like to take a minute and thank the VFW and the VFW Auxiliary for the color guard, the invocation, and lunch. We appreciate that. I'd like to thank the directors for their support over the years. We've pushed to do some pretty significant things. That's challenging, and they've risen to the challenge time and time again, so I appreciate that. Lastly, I'd like to thank the employees. Anybody have any issues with the way the meetings run so far? Things have been pretty smooth, right? That's a pretty significant achievement. Two of the employees that were integral in this process, Mary Shagnon-Hazelman and Norma Ellenberg, are no longer with us. They retired. We've had new employees step up. You've seen the list, the line of employees come through here. Believe it or not, we've got a lot more back at the office taking care of business there. But it's no small task to put this meeting on and to make it look like it's like it is a small task. So I'd like to thank those involved, in particular, Dawn Kreiderman, Rick Kalashewski and the IT team, Scott Ash for his crew bringing all this stuff in, and Heather Naus, newly minted election and credentials assistant, who's done a fantastic job along with Carrie Schleben and Emily Tellini. So I know I'm probably leaving some folks out, but those are the ones that really, over the past 2 weeks, have had significant impact on this particular event. So I appreciate their efforts, and I want to acknowledge them. There are a few retirees in the audience. Art Nash, Ron Sorgenfrey, Ruth Ann Largen I saw is here. Did I miss anybody else? Someone that many of us probably don't know, but remember from past years, Bonnie Payne is here. Bonnie's dad was the CEO of Presque Electric and Gas Co-op back when it was Presque Electric Cooperative. And I'd just like to welcome, it was a pleasure to meet her this morning and say hi. So welcome to all those. I'm supposed to give a report on the 2022 operations of the co-op, and it seems to me we're almost through 2023, so I'm going to talk a little bit about both again. First off, you heard the audit report on 2022. We did have significant losses. We implemented a rate increase on June 1st. That was significant. On the electric side, we've adjusted our fiber rates a little bit, and natural gas did not have an increase last year, or this year based on last year, which was fortunate. We face rising costs on all fronts. The cost of materials, labor, transportation, all of those things, as you know, they're not going down. We are doing our very best to keep those costs under control. Our fiber build is a significant investment in Northeast Michigan. It's also a challenging investment. As prices rise, cost of money rises, we're looking at ways to control that and at the same time move forward with that build. We're doing our best, and obviously it's going to take some time. There are short-term impacts that we're trying to reduce from fiber to the electric and gas, while at the same time recognizing the long-term benefits of that division. Similar to the natural gas division, we will be able to spread our overhead costs over 3 divisions now instead of just 2, or back before 1994, just 1. So there are long-term savings, there are long-term benefits to our region. I think they're worth pursuing and continuing, but it will be a measured approach, obviously, as we deal with increased costs and challenges. The other issue that we are facing as a nation is rising energy costs. And that is not something we can control in Onaway. We kind of have to hang on to the tail and see if we can last through the ride. Wolverine Power, our energy supplier, has done a fantastic job looking to secure energy for us into the foreseeable future. If you haven't noticed in the news, they've actually entered into an agreement with Holtec, who owns the Palisades nuclear power plant in southwest Michigan, to restart that plant and take the energy off it. That will be a carbon-free energy source, and it will be a stable energy source for 20 to 30 years. So we expect some price increase, and then we expect an uptick in a few years, but then that price should stabilize and do the members good for the next several decades. And we're hoping that they can make that happen. So I appreciate that. On the state front, if you're paying attention to the news, we just had several bills passed through the Senate in the state of Michigan related to energy, green energy, energy waste reduction, several bills that pose, while they pose positive environmental benefits and long-term probably economic benefits, the short-term pressure on rates and energy costs will likely be significant. We're keeping an eye on that. We have a statewide organization that does a fantastic job monitoring what that looks like and guide us through that process. So stay tuned on that front. You'll probably see articles in Country Lines related to that going forward. Beyond that, I would like to thank Casey Clark for showing up to film our meeting. It will be up on Facebook and our website at some point. This was, I give Casey credit, she found out at 10 o'clock yesterday morning that she was going to be here, and without a hitch, she's here. I also like to thank the employees that are manning the tables, as well as the Communities First group, Dave Post and Gloria Adrian, and Sam Samaretta for the energy optimization table. So with that, I will turn the meeting back over to Mr. Ekdahl. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is new business. And if I can address the issue of a quorum, our attendance today is not sufficient to meet a quorum. So we do not have a quorum today, and therefore we're not able to conduct any new business. But we can do question and answer session, and we'll do that now. Just to set the ground rules here, there is a time limit of 3 minutes per person for questions and answers, and I believe they're going to set a clock to show that time, and there is a 20-minute total time limit for Q&A. Now, if we're still going after 20 minutes, the membership can vote to extend that time for Q&A. If they don't, we'll just move on with the meeting. So at this time, if the clock is ready, we'll take questions and answers of any of you, and you can step to that microphone that's set up right between the aisles. So if there's any questions, now is the time.
My question is this. Who authorized the board of directors to draw $1,200 a month? Where did that come from?
You're referring to their per diem?
Speak up.
I'm sorry. You're referring to their per diem?
What they get paid a month to go to a monthly meeting,
Yes,
$1,200.
They get paid, I believe it's $920 a month. I'll say this about that in defense of that. We asked this board to manage $60 million in revenue and $200 million in assets, and we cannot ask them to do that for free. The responsibility they have, the work they do, the time they put in. If you went on a per-hour basis, I don't believe that that equates to very much money, sir.
That's absolutely terrible. The membership should have a vote on whether they should get paid or not. And at special meetings at $267 a month, that's $1,200 or thereabouts. And that's terrible. You know, we got people probably living in your district that don't even make $1,200 a month on Social Security. And they're paying their electric bill, which, by the way, got raised again. So that must be going towards them. I don't know what else it'd go for. I'm sitting in the dark now and my bill still goes up. So that's my statement.
Hi, my name's Mark English. Moved to Posen about 2 years, or about a year ago, and I just got a couple easy questions. I have a big blue spruce growing right up through a power line. Who do I get a contact to have that? It's half dead, I want it out anyways, but it's right through the power lines.
Yes, if you call the office, we can have someone come out and take a look at it, and if it's an issue that we think is a concern, we can take care of it. If it's an issue that we don't think is a concern, we'll obviously suggest that you contact a tree contractor, but we will come down and take the lines down so that there's no interruption of power due to that.
Okay, and I'm wondering too, I'm 2 miles east of Posen. Natural gas lines, will they ever be out there, or is that not scheduled?
I'm sorry, where are you at?
2 miles east of here.
2 miles east.
Right on 634.
Okay. Yeesh. Honestly, you know, we look at areas of expansion consistently every year. We look at places that make sense, and to the extent we do those. So we recommend them to the board, and they approve those or don't. And then we also entertain a member application for service on a main extension where it's funded by the member. But it's hard to say without knowing exactly all the details. It involves how many members potentially are on that run from where we have main to your place. But I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that it's not likely anytime soon.
So what I should do is get on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
That's it.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Cleon Buckler. My question and concern is regarding the automated billing thing there. The system had trouble getting my account number correct, and I at least tried putting in it 4 different times, and that is my question and concern.
So you're having trouble entering your account number on the auto pay system?
Well, I'm not personally having trouble pushing in the account number. What is the automated system could not get my account number correct.
Okay, I will have someone, if you want to come up after the meeting, I'll get your information and we'll have one of our representatives walk you through that.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello. Some years ago, there was a lot of talk about getting a new transmission line across the UP, across the straits, that was going to drastically decrease our rates, our electric rates. Can you give me an update on any progress that's happened in that regard?
As far as transmission across the UP, we really don't have any influence over that, but obviously we do have a power supplier, doesn't necessarily have influence over that, but has information related to that. And at this point, I would suggest that any transmission across the UP is not really a viable option for the Lower Peninsula at this time. They're looking at other options, however.
Good morning. I'm Jim Bursky, and they're supposed to be putting in this solar panel farm. Is that going to affect our rates? If so, how much, or what's the thought on that? What's going to happen?
Thank you, Mr. Brisky. You're referring to the solar panel, the farm in Belknap, Pulaski
Yes.
Township? Yes. That is not, that is a DTE energy project. DTE doesn't sell electricity to Presque Electric and Gas. They sell electricity in southeast Michigan for the most part, but the solar farm will be sited up here. That particular installation will not impact our rates, but the fact that we're going to be required to source our energy from solar and wind and other renewable sources will long-term affect everybody's rates. So sure, that specific incident, no, but in general, the political climate that we're experiencing will cause those rates to increase.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? I think, I'm not sure where we're at with the election results, so we do have just a small video presentation that we planned for this particular occurrence, if there are no other questions. I will mention now, while I have a few minutes, when we do dismiss the meeting, we will dismiss, our employees will let you know when to move so we don't have a bull rush to lunch. And it will be disabled people and veterans who can go first. So keep that in mind as we get towards the end of our meeting. Thank you.
It's been explained to me that the Election and Credentials Committee has completed their ballot tabulation, so now we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is the election results. And at this time, I would invite the chairperson of the Election and Credentials Committee, Ms. Doris Smith, to come forward to provide the election results.
Good morning. On behalf of the Election and Credentials Committee, we certify the election of directors were fairly and impartially conducted, and that we received the votes of the members by ballot and counted the votes cast. And the following members received the number of votes as follows. For Sheboygan District, John Brown, 1,224. For Michael Schultz, 354. For Montmorency District, Charles Arbor, 502. For Chris Nagel, 704. For John Burr, 386. For Presque Isle District, Alan Berg, 978. For Greg Rosnowski, 294. For Linda Diamond, 384. For the bylaw amendment, there were 1,394 yes votes, 126 no votes. So we further certify that the following members were duly elected directors of the co-op to hold office for the respective terms as follows. Sheboygan District for a 3-year term, John Brown. For Montmorency District, 3-year term, Chris Nagel. For Presque Isle District, for a 3-year term, Alan Berg. We further certify that the following bylaws were amended, so that has passed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Smith, and again, thank you to all the members of the Election and Credentials Committee for your work. I'd like to congratulate the successful directors and thank all of the candidates for your membership and also for participating in the democratic process of the co-op. That concludes the business portion of today's meeting. I want to thank you, and I'm going to return the gavel now to Chairman Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Echtold. A couple housekeeping items. I'd like to remind the Board of Directors that there will be a reorganizational meeting immediately following this meeting in the band room next to the new gym. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's meeting. The $100 mail raffle prize and door prize announcements will conclude at today's agenda. Lunch will be served immediately upon dismissal. We ask that you remain seated and you will be directed to the cafeteria by rows. Again, I ask you to remain seated and you'll be directed. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Do we have a motion? Is there a support? We have a support. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Seems like people are hungry. We are adjourned. Thank you. Mr. Sobek's got some announcements regarding raffle prizes.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. As indicated in the September country lines, if you voted by mail, one of the ways that we try to encourage more ballots, more votes, as I try and not make that fall again, is to offer a $100 bill credit for anybody who voted by mail. So we have a list, or excuse me, a slip of paper with everybody's name who did so in this box. I need a volunteer. I know this young lady does it every year, so she's very unbiased. Winner's name is Brian D. Johnson. Mr. Johnson here by any chance? Okay, thank you. Let me see. You'll see on the screen, winning ticket numbers for the door prizes are up there. You can collect those on your way through. I believe they're in the back at the registration table, so you can pick them up on your way out after lunch. Those are the last three digits. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. With that being said, I'd invite any handicapped and veterans to make their way to the cafeteria through the lunch line. And the rest of you, please be patient, and our staff will move you through as quickly as we can. Thank you very much for attending. Safe travels home, and pray for sunshine.